This weekend, hundreds of men behind bars at the Lorain Correctional Facility in Grafton are learning how to be good fathers.
It is all part of the second annual Fatherhood Conference. News 5's Jay Jarvis shows us how these men are learning from those who have walked in the very same path.
This is the second year for the conference. The first one last year was so successful that prison officials started planning this year's conference almost immediately after last year's wrapped up.
After this weekend, these inmates at the Lorain County Correctional Facility will never be the same. For the last 3 days, they've been listening and learning to become better fathers to their children.
It's amazing how life comes full circle, because at one time I didn't care.
Among them is Joseph Gray. He's been in prison for 15 years, since his daughter was just 1 month old.
Her one question to me is, "Daddy, when you coming home?" And I always have to tell her I don't know. But one thing I do know is that I'm gonna do everything I can to get there as soon as possible.
Even though his first parole hearing isn't until 2045, Gray started making changes within himself. He credits that to his faith, and now he's a mentor for inmates between the ages of 18 and 25.
I'm a product of my everyday decisions. And so every decision I make every day, it creates and molds the environment around me, rather than vice versa, where my environment used to dictate how I act.
It's lessons like those the inmates learned at this year's Fatherhood Conference. Parents who have previously spent time behind bars gave speeches at Friday night's welcome ceremonies. And over the weekend, the inmates attended various parenting workshops.
The most important thing that I got out of it when I was at last year's one, and they were touching on it this time, is that even though you can't be there in their day-to-day lives, you can still be there for them and it's the small things that count, you know, like the phone calls.
Gray has had ups and downs in his relationship with his daughter, and he says he would not wish this situation on anyone else. But it's not impossible to overcome with a little help.
For a lot of people, they lose hope in this situation and become hopeless. And I just want people to know that it's never too late to change. Like, it's never too late to act and show your children what love is.
Gray says his daughter will be visiting him during one of the prison's Family Day events next month. Jay Jarvis, News 5.
And those dads got to put their lessons into action today during a family picnic at the jail. The inmates and their children got to share a meal and enjoy some fun activities like face painting. It also gave them a rare opportunity to interact face-to-face.
The lesson here is that, I made some error in judgment, bad decision making. But like I tell them, find out, answer these 3 questions. Who are you? Who do you want to become? And where are you really trying to go in life? And when you find that out, then you start making better decisions, because I had to discover that for myself.
Prison officials say they plan to continue this program next year.